The first step will be to use the levers to try to go ahead and tilt it, okay? The first lever we're basically gonna use to go ahead and extend the bed back. I would like to give it a 5-second rule. So I hold it up for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That gives us enough clearance. If you can, cameraman, come this way. These are the safety mechanisms to hold the bed in place. We allow it 5 seconds so we do not destroy this. This part is what keeps the vehicle so completely flush with the truck. After we go ahead and give it a nice secure location of 5 seconds, the second thing is the pegs underneath. I call them the security. We're gonna go ahead and use the second lever. We're gonna put it up so it can go ahead and flush to the floor. This truck is not secure until those pegs touch the floor. Once they touch the floor, we're good and secure. I'm just gonna give it a little more just to be firmly secure that it goes where it's supposed to be. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and extend the bed all the way down. I heard a noise from my chains. I kind of almost missed a step. Make sure your chains, they are clear from the floor. Sorry about the sound guy. I know sound guy is gonna get mad about me with the lounge chains, but just make sure the chains are on the bed before you did that. So that was my first mistake. Remember, we all make mistakes here, but the good thing about it is that we recognize our mistakes and we learn from them. Now that I did go ahead and put the bed back 5 seconds, I tilted it, make sure my securities are there. I'm gonna go ahead now and hook them up to a strong point of the vehicle so I can go ahead and winch it up. This lever that you see right here is almost called a safety release switch. If you want, cameraman, go ahead and give them a good shot of that safety release switch real quick. It's a lever that basically releases the winch and it puts it in neutral. Make sure it's at a good location to be in neutral. You might be wondering, like, what is neutral? What is safety switch? What is going on? Basically, if the winch is not in neutral, I would not be able to pull this chain back and have it free spool. It's free spooling. Once we lock it in place, it basically won't allow this chain to move freely. This is the part I might have to tell the cameraman to get down and dirty. I want to show you guys the secure links. It usually be on the control arm, or if not, the body of the vehicle. So if you can, I know the cameraman is a young man, but let's see if the cameraman can get down here where he can see it. Hey guys, what you guys doing? You're sitting and working. You guys need a smoke break or a coffee break. This would be a great time to go do that. But anyways, as you can see the L arms, we're just gonna hook it up to a secure location. The other side will be the same. If the cameraman could get the other side. Hey, how you guys doing? Great day to be down here. Bingo. Secure location, underarm. Now this process is gonna be a little bit quick. Like I said, we are pressed on time. We're doing a video shoot, working, doing a lot. I have other meetings to go to, so we're gonna go ahead and try to speed things up, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and release it. If you try to do it with the lever being released, nothing will happen. This is the middle one, this is for the winch. Nothing is happening because you have to put it in neutral. I'm sorry, you have to take it out of neutral. Upon taking out of neutral, remember guys, if you can, these two control the bed, this controls the winch, these two control the stinger. In case you get lost one day, there's a pretty little diagram there in the picture describing. So now we're just gonna go ahead, with it being out of neutral, you're gonna see the cable and you're gonna see the winch lock up. Now, remember guys, safety is first. Again, whenever you see the winch and it's a little bit tensed up, it's always a smart idea to, let's say if this winch does snap on us, there's always a good reason to get down, where if it does go ahead and snap, it won't take off our head and it won't damage us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lift it up as slow and as carefully as I can, okay? Okay, guys, so that was as safely as I can do it. These cars cannot travel in neutral or loosely. Like, it has to be either the parking brake or the e-brake. Something has to be on here that the car is not in neutral that will be able to move on the platform. Even though we are gonna put 4 safety chains on here and 4 safety points, we still don't want the vehicle to roll on us or go anywhere. So I'm gonna go back in the vehicle and we're gonna go ahead and put the car in park. So remember, guys, this is the key star player of the game right here. Trusty old block. Can't leave home without it, okay, guys? Now that the car is secure, I did place it in park. It's always good to secure yourself. You know, just look at it a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times, just to make sure it's secure and on park, okay? Now we're just gonna go ahead and reverse the process. I'm gonna have the cameraman come in here so he can see what I'm doing, a little bit more hands-on with the levers, okay? So the first lever we would like to do, just in case we don't scratch up the driveway or any type of pavement, is the tilt, the second one. We're just gonna tilt it a little bit just so we can get the bed off the floor. So if you can, cameraman, can you look at the bed real quick? See how the bed is touching the floor? Okay, so now we're gonna use lever number 2. Lever number 2, slowly pick it up. That's it. Do not apply too much force. If you can you take a look at that, cameraman? I keep calling him cameraman, but you know, it's my guy. So as you can see, it's off the floor. We don't want to put too much pressure, because if we tilt this too much, we will have the possibility of damaging these side rails. If we tilt it up too much, we will have the possibility of damaging these rails. So we would like to lift it up a little bit, but don't lift it up all the way that they can go ahead and bend these side rails, okay? It's another good rule of thumb to have your bumper line and the first rail line so you can have the proper weight distribution, okay? So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna lift it up a little bit. Oh, remember, the bed, these 2 are for the bed, this is for the winch, and then this is for the stinger. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna go ahead forward. Oh, I might have to change my position. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna press the first lever until we first see the arrow. I know you guys are saying, what arrow am I talking about? But you're gonna see the arrow hit you in the face in about 3, 2, 1, done. As you can see, this arrow lets me know that it is safely now for me to tilt the bed all the way forward. The first lever is for back and forth. The first lever is for back and forth. The second lever is for tilt, okay? Now that we have this secure, we're gonna go ahead and pull out the safety chains. These are the safety chains that we had in the morning. Might need a cameraman to come back over here now. We're gonna do basically the same thing. If you look underneath this vehicle, there are multiple points that we have. We have, sorry for the noise. We have 1, 2, and 3, the rear differential. We have 3 points. We want to put it onto the strongest part of the vehicle. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up to the differential now. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bad time to be a little bit overweight, but hey, what can we do? I put the first safety chain, I'm gonna go around the car to pick up the other safety chain. Remember, it doesn't help if you're a little overweight. No discrimination, disclaimer. Whew, I feel like we worked a whole day's work. So now that it's on the strongest part of the vehicle, we're just gonna give it a little bit of slack. It's always the flat part inside the grooves. We're gonna do this side. If you can, cameraman, zoom in on this side, okay? flat part goes inside the groove. Inside the groove, inside the groove. Anything excessive, like these chains, they cannot be hanging down. Here's a prime example of what DOT does not want you to do. It's to have this excess coming down. Try to pick up as much as you can, and the excess chain, what we like to do is to cover it by putting it under the tire. Try to put as much as you can under the tire because we don't want these chains to be flopping up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the other side and repeat the same process. So if we look back on our levers, this is back and forth, tilt, and the winch. I'm gonna slowly press on the winch just so you can see what happens. So I gave it a couple of tugs so you can see how my chains in the back now, they got real tense. If you have any type of swag on these chains, it is not good. They have to be firm. They have to be on point, both sides. Just in case if this chain, if you feel like it's a little bit of loose, you can always go back to your levers and just hit the winch a little bit more. Go ahead, cameraman, keep your eye on that chain so you can show them what it is. Boom, A-okay. Never got done. So we're gonna come back over here. You already did, you tilted, security, winch. Now we're gonna just do the reverse osmosis. So we're gonna hit this lever down, keep hitting it down until it goes to the truck. Now we only need 2 more points. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the sound so we get a lot better sound quality because the sound guy, he's getting upset with me, guys. Remember, guys, I know you guys are tired of hearing it. I'm tired of saying it, but guess what? You guessed it, safety. Safety is always first here, man. We do play by the rules. We do play by company policy. We need to be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Always have the beacon on to let people know, like, hey, I have a car here. I'm doing something, you know? Be aware of your surroundings. We are at public domain, should I say, so there's a lot going on. Always be around your surroundings. Always be safe. This is a training video, so a lot of people don't know how to use ratchets, so I have to explain to you how to use the ratchet, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and set this up the way I had it. DOT does not want you to have this flying around. Anytime that the straps are outside of this line, you are gonna get fined for it, you are gonna get tagged. So it's pretty simple. If you can't, camera guy, come up here. It's pretty simple. My method, I just go for the two for two, just like McDonald's. The first one, to release this switch, all you have to do is, I should have got my manicure done, but all you have to do is basically lift up this lever, it releases it and goes up. You can stick one end through, fold it in half, stick the other end through, lock it in place. Even though it's a little loose, it does not hold the threshold of coming all the way down. I don't like to get my hands dirty, so I gotta put my trusty gloves on. So if you want, camera guy, come back again. We're gonna go ahead and release it. I know it sounds pretty simple, but remember, you have to be considerate of other people in the classroom that probably never saw what this looks like or never saw a type of mechanism as this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift it up and then we're gonna open it. By opening it, you hold this, gotta take off my gloves again. You hold this lever, you hold it all the way out and then down. When you hit down, you're actually gonna see this little contraption to go back. When this little contraption, as you can see, if it goes back, that means it frees the spool. Once it frees the spool, we can go ahead and connect the tire strap. All we're gonna do, we're gonna pull this loop out to make it almost like a hog tie. We're gonna pull this loop out over the tire. Make sure that this is in the middle, and this right here, the bow, we call this the bow. Make sure the bow is in the middle and in the middle of the tire. So it has to be in the middle and in the middle of the tire. We're gonna put a little bit of pressure on this. When we put a little pressure on this, it's always a smart idea. As you can see, I'm doing barely any type of physical work. 2 fingers, I could do this whole mechanism with 2 fingers. I just wanna make sure that it's perfectly aligned. And now we're gonna start ratcheting it up. Once you ratchet up, it's always a good rule of thumb. that you see the bubbles. Anytime you see the indentation of the bubbles, that means you have a secure load. Make sure that your strap is not twisted. Anytime it's twisted like this, there's a possibility that the DOT is gonna get you. So try to have it as flat as possible, as secure as possible. As I told you before, this right here, the extra strap, it cannot be left loose. If this falls under your bed threshold, there's a possibility that you will get stopped for improper of strapping. It's pretty simple again. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the first one. If you try to unloosen this right now, it is locked, okay? This is the locking mechanism. In order for me to open it, I will have to slide this forward and then open it. This doesn't have too much slack, so I'm actually only have to put it under the thing one time. Lock it in place, and we're all set to go. The next one, I'm gonna go a little faster because like I said, the boss man is on my, you know what, behind, of course. He's on my behind because I'm talking too much, taking too much time. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, hey, you still here? Oh man, I think we're about to wrap it up for today, man. This training video has been brought to you by, you know it, those guys there looking at you right now taking this course. But anyways, we did got this car securely. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the gloves. I can't believe you're still following me around. Don't you guys got something to do? Anyways, just kidding. Just gonna give a quick rock around. Anytime you secure the vehicle, just give a quick rock around. You need 4 points. Even though that this car is secured by 2 points on the bed, it only connects to the car at 1 point. You need 4 of these to be secured. Like I said, my flap isn't coming over. Hook it up, make sure 1 point is good. We're gonna go ahead and walk to the back. The cameraman, he might mess up a little bit about the camera angle with the sun. I do apologize, guys, with the sun. So we have the first point up there. We have the second point here. Tap it on, make sure you're good. This is the third point. This one's good. And then this is gonna be the final point right here. Okay, guys? So far right now, we are A-okay. Everything's secure. The truck is in park. We're gonna go ahead and go back to the shop, unload this, and continue our day. And again, guys, thank you again for choosing to work here. And thanks again for having the possibility of becoming, that might be a life-changing, oh, sorry about that. It's also good to do a world-on training like this because there always be noises around everywhere. But like again, guys, thank you for choosing us. This is the proper way of doing it. If you have any comments or questions about this video, be free to talk to your guys. And again, I'll see you guys later, okay? Hey, Sam the driver, coming back to you.